Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well and welcome back to another Summer Daily News Show. My name is Callum, representing Team Kopish. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like, people. First and foremost, I feel like I haven't done one of these in a little while. So shout out to Matt and Drift. Been holding it down. I've had a few very, very busy days and schedule-wise. So big up to those two for holding it down as always. Quite a few things to chop into today. As always, I feel like these shows are becoming about Saudi Arabia wanting our players and the midfield situation. And this one's no different, if I'm going to be honest. And look, I get Saudi Arabia, stupid amount of money. They're massive Liverpool fans over there. But what I'll ask is Saudi Arabia, like, you've got to leave us with some players if we're going to have a club still. So Fabinho, Henderson, cool. Didn't have to come in this late in the window. Could have maybe done it a bit earlier. But this man, Luis Diaz, leave him alone, please. Just leave him alone. You don't need him. We don't want to sell. Leave him alone. Look, do I think Diaz will go? It's 50-50. And look, I say that, and I hope this doesn't get misconstrued. I hope people don't take this out of context or anything. Luis Diaz has come from a very poor background. He loves football and he's had a chance to play for Liverpool. And he's won honours at Liverpool. If he stays, I think he'll win more. But the opportunity of potentially going to Saudi Arabia and probably quadrupling what he's getting now, I think we have to start looking at this in a different way. This can't just be a loyal talk. He's not going to another European club or another English club. He's going somewhere where there are no competitors of ours and could quadruple his money, probably in an easier league, less strain on the body, secure his family for decades and decades. So at this point, I think it's 50-50 whenever Saudi Arabia comes in for a player, or a team from Saudi Arabia, should I say, comes in for a player. I think it's 50-50. This one feels slightly different, though. I'm more confident that this won't happen. I do think we'll be able to hang on to Luis Diaz. I don't think the club want to sell. I don't think the club wanted to sell Fabinho or Henderson, but I think those two players made it clear that they were interested in the project of playing over there. I don't think Diaz is interested yet, and I don't think we are interested in selling him yet. That could obviously change depending on the bid that comes in. Shout out to Lakers, who's a supporter of the channel and who I speak to on a regular basis. He would sell, not to put you out there. He would sell, but it'd be for a high fee. So I ask you guys now, I'm not selling Luis Diaz unless I can guarantee getting Kylian Mbappe or Krava from Napoli. Those are the only two players in the world I'd be willing to sell Luis Diaz for. If you can't get those two players, in the same way I said, if we're selling Jota, I only want Harry Kane or Osimhen. If we sell Diaz, I only want Mbappe or Krava. If those two players aren't realistic for us to bring in, then with all due respect, we ain't selling Diaz. So for me, I don't think those two players are realistic for Liverpool to get. Therefore, I'm not selling Diaz. But I'd love to know what you guys think. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions. Would you sell Diaz? Would you keep him? If you did sell him, how much would you want for him? And who would you replace him with if we had to sell as well? Moving on to one of our own players who has just secured a loan move to Wigan Athletic, and that is James Balague. Spent last year on loan to Crawley Town. By all accounts, had a good loan spell there. And he is now off to Wigan Athletic to play some more regular football. Again, I'm game for this move. I actually think Balague is a player that has a bright future at Liverpool potentially. He's very good on the ball. He's strong. He's athletic. He's quick. Very good technique for his age as well. He could be an all-round midfielder, a very complete midfielder. I wouldn't put him in the DM role, but in the 8 and the 10, I think he'd be very accomplished playing there. Obviously not ready for Liverpool yet, not ready for that step up yet, but I do like, from the outside looking in, I do like how we are managing his progression, and sending him out on loan, I think will only be good. Another player who's not actually, I'm just freestyling this bit here, but with the whole loan thing, I wouldn't mind seeing Ben Doak go out on loan I'm going to be honest. I know that will ruffle a few feathers because everyone thinks he should be Salah's backup, or a lot of people think he should be Salah's backup this season. I think Ben Doak going out on loan could be massive for the kid. I think it could be really, really big. So that's another one. But I really have for James Balague. I think he will have a really good time out on loan at Wigan Athletic. And I hope he comes back in a year's time and maybe starts getting some game time with the first team here or there, or secures a loan move, that is, to a Premier League team. Time will tell. On to this man. Kamara from Aston Villa moved there last summer on a free contract. If I'm not, it was either a free or a very low fee. I think he only had a year left on his contract, or he went on a free. At the time, he was a player I think we should have looked at, especially if he was going on a free, considering our situation. However, we didn't. And apparently, we're very interested in the player now. If there is one club in the Premier League, though, I think it's going to be very difficult to do business with, and I think that is Aston Villa. They are not short of money by any stretch of the imagination. They are building a very good team down there, and they're kind of doing it under the radar. In my opinion, they could be dark horses this season for pushing for potential Europa or Conference League spot. I think Aston Villa are a way better team than people think. I mean, the fact that no one's in for Jacob Ramsey startles me, especially Man City when they've lost Gundogan, for example, could lose Bernardo Silva. I mean, Jacob Ramsey could be a great player. I think if we didn't have a Szoboszlai, I'd be all up for us getting Jacob Ramsey. I'd still be happy with us getting Jacob Ramsey, even with Szoboszlai in the team. Then you look at other players. Obviously, they lost Carlos last year to injury. Maybe they need to strengthen at centre-back. But they're not in a position where they need to sell. In midfield, they're starting to look stronger as well. I can't see this one happening. Again, maybe I'm being a bit negative. Maybe I am. But I just can't see this one happening. He's a good player. He is a good player. I want to throw it out there. I think he's a good player. Again, he doesn't move me. And I know I've been using this phrase a little bit now. I want a player that moves me. Tchouameni moves me, but I know we can't get him. Kimmich moves me, but I don't think Kimmich would play DM for us or would do the role as a DM that we'd want. We'd have to play as a double pivot with Kimmich, but we'd still, in my opinion, need a destroyer there next to him to get the best out of him, in my humble opinion, in the Premier League. In Germany, I think it works fine with him and Goretzka, or him and Thiago, or Goretzka and Thiago. If we're signing Kimmich, I want to see Kimmich play right back for us, but I don't think Kimmich wants to play right back anymore. I think he prefers playing centre midfield. These are the conundrums. Find a player that moves us. I don't know if it happens for us this summer. Szoboszlai moved us. McAllister, for many, moved them. I don't think there's a DM out there that's available or we are able to get realistically that moves me or moves most of the fan base. And that's the worry. And I think Kamara falls under that category. And plus, I don't think Villa will sell. They don't need to sell. And I know me and Drift had this conversation the other day on the Monday Night Live show regarding Polina, where we're a bigger club than Fulham, we're a bigger club than Villa. But if clubs don't need to sell, then they're just going to hike up the price. And we're not in a position to just do what we want to do. So I'm interested to see how it's going to go. I don't think we'll get him, but I'm interested to see who we're linked with because we're linked with someone new every day. It makes the Summer Daily News show easy, but at the same time, we kind of know what to skim through and what not to skim through. And finally, I can't even believe I'm saying this. I want to know if Man Like Matt started this one because it feels very Man Like Matt-esque. But we are being linked with an Italian international who's a centre midfielder, played at the highest level, is one of the best players in world football. And you're probably thinking, oh, Barella. It's not, though. It's not Barella. It's Verratti. Guys, we are linked with Verratti. Again, respectfully. No, like, I hate to just be that guy, but that ain't happening. PSG ain't selling Verratti to us. Verratti's not going to leave PSG to come to Liverpool. It's just not. I don't know who makes up these rumors or whatever, but I mean, Man Like Matt, if it's you, then all good on you because obviously we've got to cover it now because it's news. But we ain't getting Verratti, man. Do better. Do better. So look, I'm not going to waste your time on this and just go into it and say where you could play if you came. We're not getting Verratti. It's just not happening. So again, call me negative, call me pessimistic, whatever you want to call me. But I'd be happy to bet a good amount that we're not getting Verratti. So people, on that note, you will see us slightly later actually. Watch along, pre-season, first one of the pre-season versus Kaiserslautern. Played them back in the day as well. So make sure you tune in for that. And always, people, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel on the road to 30K. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Until we see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish. We're out, people. Take care.